Tonight, breaking news as we come on the air. Dozens have been arrested, including a former NBA star, an NBA head coach who was coaching the game just last night. The FBI sweeping in, they say, busting a major gambling scandal, arresting more than 30 current and former players, coaches, and alleged mobsters from 4 mafia families. What they're accused of doing using high-tech devices, including an X-ray poker table that could read the cards face down. Tonight, authorities say stealing millions. Also breaking tonight, the growing outrage over the demolition at the White House. Tonight, the before and after images right here showing the east wing of the White House then and now completely gone. The president had said his $300 million ballroom would not affect the integrity of the White House. Tonight, the White House is asked, why were the American people not told the entire East Wing was being demolished? And all of this amid the government shutdown, day 23 tonight. More than 500,000 federal workers about to miss their first full paycheck. Also, President Trump's newest pardon tonight, this time the founder of Binance, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, and a supporter of the Trump family's crypto business. The president was pressed late today if connections to his own family's crypto business played into this pardon and how he responded. Tonight, the deadly collision on a California interstate, that truck driver now charged with DUI, and authorities now say he was in the U.S. illegally. The plane crash onto a California soccer field, a woman on the ground hit, and tonight news, what we've now learned about that woman. And Kim Kardashian revealing she has a brain aneurysm and what doctors are now saying.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. We do begin tonight here with the breaking news. The FBI sweeping in, making more than 30 arrests tonight, including an NBA star and an NBA coach who was coaching a big game just last night. Authorities say all part of a massive NBA and mafia gambling scandal. Investigators say they rigged poker games using high-tech devices, including an X-ray table that could read cards face down. Dozens have been arrested tonight, including a Hall of Famer, millions of dollars allegedly stolen. Hall of Fame player and head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups, arrested, accused of luring victims into poker games that were fixed, allegedly run by the mafia. The suspects allegedly using those high-tech devices players lured in had no idea their cards were being read. And Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier accused of what the FBI is calling insider trading for the NBA. He allegedly told gamblers to bet against him, allegedly telling those gamblers he would fake an injury, be out of the game early so his scoring points would be low. Damon Jones, a former teammate of LeBron James, also indicted tonight, accused of secretly telling gamblers when LeBron James was injured and not playing so they could make their bets accordingly. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky leading us off tonight.
Tonight, an NBA coach and a star player among more than 30 people indicted in a pair of illegal gambling cases that prosecutors say put pro basketball in bed with the mob.
Your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that.
Federal prosecutors say the mafia paid Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and former Cleveland Cavaliers player Damon Jones to lure unsuspecting victims to high-stakes poker games in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The mobsters called the celebrity athletes face cards and the victims fish.
What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam.
Prosecutors showing off technology they say the mafia used to rig the games, including an altered card shuffling machine and an X-ray poker table that could read cards face down, allegedly cheating victims out of more than $7 million.
And there were real victims here.
Correct, absolutely.
Lured to these poker tables by Chauncey Billups?
And others, exactly.
Billups, who coached the Blazers' season opener last night, placed on immediate leave. So was Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, who was charged in a separate indictment involving illegal sports betting.
Terry Rozier, right foot discomfort, doubtful to return.
Prosecutors say during this game in March 2023, Rozier, then with the Charlotte Hornets, tipped off bettors that he would fake an injury and come out of the game to enable them to place fraudulent wagers on him underperforming, the winnings totaling more than $200,000.
The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity.
Prosecutors also allege then-coach Damon Jones knew LeBron James would miss a Lakers game against the Milwaukee Bucks with an injury and sold that information to bettors, texting, "Get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight," before the information is out.
Let's not, mince words. This is the insider trading saga for the NBA. That's what this is.
These cases, David, in the association with organized crime, threaten to cast a pall over the NBA's opening week. Tonight, the league says it's cooperating fully. David?
Aaron Katersky leading us off tonight. Aaron, thank you. Now to the growing outrage over the demolition at the White House. Tonight, the before and after images right here. Satellite images showing the East Wing of the White House just weeks ago. And look at this. This is what it looks like now. The East Wing completely gone tonight. The president had said his $300 million ballroom would not affect the integrity of the White House. So Mary Bruce asking the White House tonight why the American people weren't told the entire East Wing would be gone. And all of this amid this government shutdown, now day 23. Here's Mary Bruce.
Tonight, the stark images where the East Wing of the White House once stood, now just a pile of rubble, demolished to make way for President Trump's ballroom, which Trump once said would cost $250 million, and now says will run some $300 million. Satellite images show the dramatic transformation. This was the White House complex less than a month ago, and here it is today. President Trump once claimed the ballroom wouldn't interfere with the White House itself.
It won't interfere with the current building. It'll be near it, but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of.
Today, I asked the White House why, once they realized the entire East Wing would have to go, they didn't tell the American people. This is the people's house. Why not inform the public of that change and when it was decided that the East Wing would have to be demolished?
Look, again, with any construction project, changes come. If you look at the renderings, it's very clear the East Wing was going to be modernized. The East,
and tearing down are two different things.
Well, again, the plans changed when the president heard counsel from the architects and the construction companies.
The White House still has not submitted plans to the National Capital Planning Commission, and the National Trust for Historic Preservation says they're deeply concerned that the planned 90,000-square-foot ballroom will overwhelm the White House itself. This was how it looked earlier this week, and here's a rendering of what it will be, the ballroom dwarfing the other buildings. The president says it will be wholly paid for with private donations and his own money.
And how much specifically are you donating to it personally?
How much am I donating?
Yes.
I won't be able to tell you until I finish, but I'll donate whatever's needed, I'll tell you that.
All of this playing out in the middle of the government shutdown, now day 23. Tomorrow, more than 500,000 federal workers are set to miss their first full paycheck. Food banks across the country, from New Orleans to Salt Lake City, already seeing longer lines, as over 40 million Americans who rely on the federal food assistance program SNAP, many of them in red states, could lose their benefits in just days. The president still refusing to negotiate with Democrats who want to repeal Medicaid cuts and extend Obamacare subsidies to prevent some 20 million Americans from soon seeing their health insurance premiums skyrocket. The president is now plowing ahead with his $300 million ballroom. It comes after he already made changes to the Rose Garden, paving over the grass there to create a patio. And the White House tonight isn't ruling out that there could be even more changes to come here. David.
Mary Bruce, thanks to you again tonight. This evening, President Trump also facing questions over his newest pardon tonight. The founder of Binance, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, and a supporter of the Trump family's crypto business. The president was pressed late today if connections to his own family's crypto business played into this pardon. And here's Rachel Scott on that.
Tonight, President Trump facing new questions about his latest pardon. Crypto billionaire Changpeng Zhao, an influential supporter of the Trump family's crypto business, who pleaded guilty to money laundering in 2023. Zhao, known as ZZ, created Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. Prosecutors say he turned a blind eye, allowing money to flow to terrorists, cybercriminals, and child abusers through its platform. Binance paid a $4 billion fine. After serving 4 months in prison last year, Zhao helped strike a deal in May with the Trump family's crypto venture, World Liberty Financial. Today, the president was pressed about why he issued the pardon.
Today, you pardoned the founder of Binance. Can you explain why you chose to pardon him? And did it have anything to do with his involvement in your family's?
Which one? Who is that?
The founder of Binance. He has an involvement in your own family's crypto
one, yes,
business.
I believe we're talking about the same person because I do pardon a lot of people. I don't know. He was recommended by a lot of people. A lot of people say that, are you talking about the crypto person? A lot of people say that he wasn't guilty of anything. He served 4 months in jail, and they say that he was not guilty of anything, that what he did, well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about nothing, you fake news. But let me just tell you that he was somebody that, as I was told, I don't know him. I don't believe I've ever met him. But I've been told by a lot of support. He had a lot of support. And they said that what he did is not even a crime.
David, and tonight, President Trump continuing to face questions about Zhao and his ties to the Trump family's crypto ventures. Tonight, the White House is defending this move. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying the president is within his constitutional authority, David.
Rachel Scott at the White House as well. Rachel, thank you. Tonight, the truck driver charged in a deadly chain reaction crash in Southern California. This case is now at the center of a new battle over illegal immigration in the U.S. The driver is accused of driving under the influence. Authorities also say he was in this country illegally. Here's Matt Gutman.
Tonight, this dash cam video of a chain reaction crash that left 3 people dead on a California highway, now at the center of an investigation and the debate over immigration. The driver behind the wheel of a tractor trailer facing charges of vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated for causing that horrific crash on the 10 freeway east of Los Angeles. 21-year-old Jashanpreet Singh of India was driving with a valid California commercial license, but ICE officials say he was in the country illegally. It comes months after another deadly crash in Florida. The Department of Homeland Security says this driver, also with a California commercial driver's license and in the country illegally, allegedly made a reckless U-turn on the Florida Turnpike, causing a crash that also killed 3 people. California officials say that driver in Florida had a work permit at the time he was issued a license. Tonight, this latest crash in California is under federal investigation, and among the victims killed, a high school basketball coach and his wife. And tonight, the White House weighing in.
These tragedies are following a disturbing pattern of these criminal illegal aliens being issued commercial vehicle licenses. And so, yes, the Department of Transportation is absolutely cracking down on that.
And David, Florida's Attorney General now asking the Supreme Court to prevent states like California from issuing commercial driver's licenses to people in the country illegally. They're saying it's a matter of public safety. David.
Matt Gutman with us tonight reporting. Matt, thank you. Now to Tropical Storm Melissa gaining strength in the Caribbean at this hour, expected to become a major hurricane within days. The new models just in tonight, the potential tracks of this storm. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg from WABC here in New York. Hi, Lee.
Hey, David. Melissa barely moving, poised to just wait patiently for atmospheric conditions to get better for it to intensify. That happens over the weekend, goes to a Cat 1, then rapidly intensifies to a Cat 4 and parallels the south coast of Jamaica and batters the island for days. Watches are up for parts of Haiti and over to Jamaica. It's a multi-day event with flooding rains, mudslide possible, and destructive winds. And then it moves over Cuba and out in the Atlantic midweek next week. Thankfully, the trend closer to the U.S. coast has stopped. David?
Okay, Lee Goldberg back with us. Thanks, Lee. Here in New York City tonight, the heated race for mayor, outgoing Mayor Eric Adams now endorsing Andrew Cuomo tonight, and the fiery debate moments between Cuomo and Zoran Mamdani, the assemblyman and self-described democratic socialist, over experience. Here's Matt Rivers on that tonight.
New York Mayor Eric Adams, whose popularity plunged when he sought and received a pardon from President Trump, today endorsing former Governor Andrew Cuomo to take his place.
The mayor put his own ambition aside because he cares more about New York City.
Overnight, Cuomo, decidedly an underdog, clashing on the debate stage with Democratic nominee Zoran Mamdani, a 34-year-old assemblyman and self-described democratic socialist.
You have never had a job. You've never accomplished anything. There's no reason to believe you have any merit or qualification for 8.5 million lives.
The issue is that we have all experienced your experience. We just had a former governor say in his own words that the city has been getting screwed by the state. Who was leading the state? It was you!
Cuomo has tried to make experience his defining issue.
This is not a job for a first-timer. Any day, you could have a hurricane, you have, God forbid, a 9/11, a health pandemic.
And if we have a health pandemic, then why would New Yorkers turn back to the governor who sent seniors to their death in nursing homes?
After last night's debate, Cuomo raced to join Mayor Adams courtside at the Knicks. They weren't always so chummy.
Andrew Cuomo is a snake and a liar.
But now?
Brothers fight.
Cuomo and Adams seizing on Mamdani's views on the Israel-Hamas war to paint him as an extremist. If elected, he would be New York's first Muslim mayor.
New York can't be Europe, folks. I don't know what is wrong with people. You see what's playing out in other countries because of Islamic extremism.
Mamdani casting Cuomo and Adams as puppets of Donald Trump.
We have a president of this country who has spoken publicly of his desire for Eric Adams to drop out of the race. Eric Adams dropped out. Spoken of his desire for candidates to consolidate behind Andrew Cuomo. Today, Eric Adams is endorsing Andrew Cuomo.
Today, Cuomo asked,
Mr. Cuomo, did you offer Mayor Adams anything in return for this?
Don't even answer that. That's a love.
David, Election Day, November 4th, now less than 2 weeks away. Most polls showing Mamdani with a comfortable lead. It's unclear if Mayor Adams' support will help Andrew Cuomo make up some ground. David?
Matt Rivers on the race for mayor. Thank you. Overseas tonight, French investigators reviewing new video appearing to show two of the suspects in that heist at the Louvre in Paris. Take a look. The two whose faces are obscured by a bike helmet there, seen using a cherry picker to descend from the gallery. They had dressed as construction workers inside, according to authorities. The video taken by the Louvre security, the manhunt for the suspects intensifying. Investigators say they have recovered DNA on a helmet and gloves left at the scene of that $102 million heist. When we come back here tonight, history made at the Vatican this evening. King Charles and Pope Leo praying together. Also ahead here, Kim Kardashian tonight revealing her new diagnosis. She says doctors have told her she has a brain aneurysm and what they're saying. And we're learning more after that plane crash right onto a neighborhood soccer field. A woman on the ground hit. And tonight, news coming in on her condition. A lot more ahead here. Tonight, history made at the Vatican for the first time in 500 years. A pope and a British monarch praying together. King Charles and Queen Camilla welcomed to the Vatican today by the first American pope, of course, Pope Leo. Tonight, news after that plane crash onto a soccer field hitting a pedestrian in California. It happened in a crowded park in Long Beach. The pilot was also hurt. The woman's sister now telling our station KABC that the woman is deaf and did not hear that plane approaching while she walked her dog. Both the woman and the pilot are expected to recover. When we come back here tonight, Kim Kardashian revealing she has a brain aneurysm and what her doctors are saying tonight. To the Index, businesswoman and reality star Kim Kardashian revealing tonight she was diagnosed with a brain aneurysm and has been undergoing treatment, saying doctors told her stress was the cause. Aneurysms are often asymptomatic but can sometimes cause symptoms such as headaches, blurry vision, nausea, or vomiting. When we come back here tonight, you met her right here a decade ago and what she told me then about being a little girl with a dream. Well, last night, her extraordinary final bow. She proved so many wrong. Finally tonight here, America Strong, Misty Copeland's final bow, the trailblazer, and what she told me a decade ago. Last night, Misty Copeland's final bow with the American Ballet Theatre, a ballerina who made history and defied the odds. We first interviewed Misty at New York's Lincoln Center a little more than a decade ago.
Here you are.
She remembered being that girl with a dream.
Long way from Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Raised by a single mother who was determined to lift her children up.
You were one of six.
One of 6 kids.
Had a single mom.
Yep. It's one of those stories that you think some Lifetime movie's going to come of it. And I never thought
it
that
is right now.
It is.
But in that moment with us, she still had no idea the history she was about to make. Misty never had any classical training as a child. She started to dance late at 13. There were coaches who saw something.
You began on a basketball court.
On a basketball court in my socks and my gym clothes.
Within just 2 years, winning dance competitions.
Don't lose your smile.
Within 5 years, a spot with one of the most prestigious ballet companies in the world. Many calling her a prodigy, but she remembers being told she didn't have a ballerina's body.
What did you hear?
I'm black. We don't exist in the ballet world. I'm too muscular. I'm too short. My bust is too big.
But Misty would prove them wrong. Within a year of our interview, she became the first black female principal dancer in the company's 75-year history. And last night, they celebrated the trailblazer, retiring from the company, now with her 3-year-old son Jackson in her arms. And we remember what she told me a decade ago.
To know that there are little children dreaming of doing what you're doing, and proof that the dream can come true now.
I am proof of that.
Misty Copeland, her final bow at the American Ballet Theatre, America Strong. Inspiring so many little girls along the way and inspiring us too. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
David Muir, the most watched newscast in America. And now, ABC's World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the third year in a row.